It's running. Okay. Jai Shri Gurudev. Jai Radharani Devi ki Jai. Dasa Vrindavanam Vande Krishna Dasa Prabhum Tata Janavatar Chaitanya Leela Vistar Kaino Yo Nityananda Parabja Karunadena Bhushito Vyakta Chano Burachincho Vavande Vyasadupino Shri Guru Gaur Gandharva Govindascha Ganaisaha Jayanti Patakas Ch.Ch Sarvesham Gurunartino. So we're going to continue with Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. And these verses we've come to now are very beautiful, and the theme here is how Krishna is so attractive that he can displace any other attraction we may have. His beauty, his charm, his love, his qualities are so wonderful. This is the Itam Bhuta Gunohari, his wonderful qualities. So this is what we've come to now, and we finished off yesterday with this verse of Dhruva Maharaj, where he's saying, he had some other desire, but when he comes in connection directly with the Lord and his overpowering beauty, he realizes that was like garbage. Whatever it was, I was hankering after. So we can read that again and then pick up that theme. Tvat sakshat kadanalada vishudabdi sitasya me Sukhani goshpadayante brahmanyapi jagad guru. My dear Lord, O Master of the universe, since I have directly seen you, my transcendental bliss has taken the shape of a great ocean. Being situated in that ocean, I now realize all other so-called happiness to be like the water contained in the hoofprint of a calf. My dear Lord, O Master of the universe, since I have directly seen you, my transcendental bliss has taken the shape of a great ocean. Being situated in that ocean, I now realize all other so-called happiness to be like the water contained in the hoofprint of a calf. Sarvakarshak sarvaladak maha Rasayan napanar bole kode sarva vishmaran. Lord Krishna is so exalted that he is more attractive than anything else and more pleasing than anything else. He is the most sublime abode of bliss. By his own strength, he causes one to forget all other ecstasies. Such is the beauty of Krishna. I was just thinking of one expression of Param Guru Maharaj, where he says, who will stand to fight against Krishna? Who can fight? Who can stand against Krishna? In every area he's superior. Whatever corners we have in our heart, whatever attraction we may have for inferior things, Krishna will conquer all of that. He is so charming and so attractive, so irresistibly beautiful. So, by his own strength, he causes one to forget all other ecstasies. Whatever else we may consider to be pleasing or desirable, he will displace that by virtue of his own wonderful qualities. Bhukti mukti siddhi sukh chadai jar gande alokika shakti gune Krishna kripai bande. Pure devotional service is so sublime that one can very easily forget the happiness derived from material enjoyment, material liberation, and mystic or yogic perfection. So bhukti, mukti, siddhi. Thus the devotee is bound by Krishna's mercy and his uncommon power and qualities. Shastra yukti nahi hao siddhanta vichar e swabhav gune jate madhurya sar. When one is attracted to Krishna on the transcendental platform, There is no longer any logical argument on the basis of revealed scripture, nor are there considerations of such conclusions. This is his transcendental quality that is the essence of all transcendental sweetness. It's like, you can discuss the nature of this thing till the end of time, and you can debate about it and analyze it and sit on the fence about whether or not you subscribe to it. But if you taste it, then all these considerations, they go out of the window. Just like you can sit and you can look at a picture of chocolate cake, you can analyze the cake, you can dissect it in the laboratory, you can talk about it, you can write about it, you can analyze all the different ingredients, and you can discuss different reports about what the taste is. But if you get some actual taste of that, then you don't care anymore. That experience is self-evident. That's self-evident truth. And all speculation, all analysis will be forgotten. So when you actually experience the beauty of Krishna, the sweetness of Krishna, then all the argument, all the discussion, all the analysis that one may consider in coming to recognize this truth, they'll all be forgotten. They'll all go out of the window. And that's ultimately what we want. We want to have contact with that genuine sweetness. So, we will look at the logical conclusions as far as they're able to promote our faith, But the main thing is to contact that actual sweetness. And the main way to do that is to enter the culture of self-giving, that we want to, the prerequisite, it has to be faith, that you believe in that, or you believe in the possibility of that. Then Krishna may be inclined to extend something to touch our hearts. I was thinking it's like, like on some of these social media platforms, you can only know so much about people if you become their friend, right? Like on Facebook or like Instagram, you get to know more about them if you follow them or if you friends them. Otherwise, why should they just let anyone and everyone know everything about them? There has to be some prerequisite that you trust them. First, I need to know that you like me. First, I need to know that you have some basic faith in me, and then I'll tell you about my life, and I'll let you know who I am, and share so many things in my life with you. But I'm not just going to lay that out on the table to anyone and everyone for anyone and everyone to dissect. No. First, you have to say, in the beginning, there has to be some relationship. There has to be some initial trust and belief, and then I'll share something with you. It's common sense, So these persons who, first I have to be able to see it before I believe it. It's ridiculous. It's not even common sense, First you have to say, I believe in God, I believe in Krishna. Then he may be inclined to reveal something of himself, to touch our hearts in some way. It is common sense. Guna Shabda Artha Krishna, like Srila Sridhar Maharaj, he's also commented about persons who they want to jump to the higher Leela of Krishna, to enter into that and analyze the details of that. Fools rush in where angels fear to tread. Srila Sridhar Maharaj just commented, even about an ordinary man in the world, that's their private life. It's hard to know about some common man in the world. What is their private life? You're not going to go and look into that. What to speak of the Supreme Lord? That's not our business. Srila Swami Maharaj Prabhupada, he made some comment like Krishna consciousness is 80% common sense or something like that. It really is. It's common sense. in any of these things. Guna Shabda Artha Krishna Gunaya Nanta Satcharupa Guna Sarva Purnananda. The word gun means quality. The qualities of Krishna are transcendentally situated and are unlimited in quantity. All of the spiritual qualities are full of transcendental bliss. Aishwarja Madhurja Karunye Swarupa Purnata Bhaktavatsalya Atma Parjanta Vadanyata. Krishna's transcendental qualities of opulence, sweetness, and mercy are perfect and full. As far as Krishna's affectionate leaning toward his devotees is concerned, he is so magnanimous that he can give himself to his devotees. Alokika ruparasa sorabadi gun karoman kon gune kodea karshan. Krishna has unlimited qualities. The devotees are attracted by his uncommon beauty, mellows, and fragrance. Thus they are differently situated in the different transcendental mellows. Therefore, Krishna is called all-attractive. Sanakadirman Horilo Sorabadi Gune. The minds of the 4 boy sages, Sanak, Sanatan, Sanandan, and Sanat Kumar, were attracted to the lotus feet of Krishna by the aroma of the tulasi that had been offered to the Lord. Now this is a famous verse, and also the one following, the quotation following this, and they're illustrating what, as we were discussing the other day, is the main way in which this verse that we're discussing, the Atmarama verse, is considered, as showing that even the liberated souls, they are attracted to Krishna. Those who are in consciousness of Brahman, who are obviously fully detached from any attraction of this world, they are, from that position of neutrality, of basic purity, they are attracted to Krishna Lila, thereby demonstrating the superior purity of Krishna Lila, which to our mundane vision appears very human-like. So these 4 sages, they're known as like very strong brahmacharis. As I recall, their father, Lord Brahma, cursed them because they wouldn't marry. He wanted them to marry and they refused to marry. So they're known for their brahmacharya. So, they're completely detached from sense pleasure. But they, from that platform, they were attracted to Krishna Lila, which says something. So this is that verse. Tasyara Vindan, very beautiful verse. Jai Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu Jai. Tasyara Vindanaya Nasya Padara Vinda Kinjalka Misha Tulasi Makaranda Vayu Antargata Svavivadena Chakara Tesham Sankshobham Akshara Jusham Apichitta Tanvo. When the breeze carrying the aroma of tulasi leaves and saffron from the lotus feet of the lotus-eyed personality of Godhead entered through the nostrils into the hearts of those sages, the Kumaras, they experienced a change in both body and mind, even though they were attached to the impersonal Brahman understanding. So just hearing the breeze, just smelling the fragrance of tulasi being carried on a breeze coming from the lotus feet of the Lord, that agitated them, agitated them from their abstract meditation, and they were attracted. Shukadever man hadilo lila shavane. And Shukadev's mind was carried away by hearing the pastimes of the Lord. So now this is another verse along the same line. Shukadev Goswami, who's also known for his brahmacharya, his celibacy, his complete detachment from the mundane. He also, when there's, famous story everyone knows, when he was born fully grown, 16 years old. He ran out of his mother's room. He was already situated in Brahman consciousness, and went running to the forest and was living in the forest very simply. And at a certain point, his father Vyasadeva, he needed him because he realized Bhagavatam, his final work, it was so necessary to present to the world, but he wasn't the right person to give it. People wouldn't. He's presenting Krishna Leela. This is a tricky one because of its human characteristics. So he knew if he were to present it, they may not take it so seriously. He needed someone whose detachment from the world was undisputed. And so he realized his own son, Shukadeva, was the man. So he had to find a way to attract his son to come back. And so he composed some verses describing Krishna Leela, and he gave them to some woodcutters, and he told them, when you're doing your work in the forest, you sing this. You know this story, right? You sing when you're doing your work, and you sing these verses, and keep your eye out for a boy, who looks like this. And sure enough, they sang that song, and then Shukadeva, he happened to hear it, and his mind was attracted. And he inquired, where did you hear this from? And turns out it was his own father, and so he went back home, and that was how Vyasadeva kind of trapped him in order for him to, give Bhagavatam to the world. So this is Shukadeva's own expression here, how he was attracted from his former position in Brahman consciousness. Parinishtit, and this is during his presentation of Bhagavatam, this assembly of Parikshit Maharaj and so many sages, some introduction he's giving about himself. Parinishtito piner gunye uttama shloka lilaya grihita cheta vajarshe akyanam yad aditavam. Shukadeva Goswami addressed Parikshit Maharaj, "My dear king, although I was fully situated in the transcendental position, I was nonetheless attracted to the pastimes of Lord Krishna. Therefore, I studied Srimad Bhagavatam from my father."
He studied Srimad Bhagavatam.
This is not in the verse. This is Srila Swami Maharaj Prabhupada's edition. Literally, it's saying, Parinishthitopi Nirgunya, I was situated in the Nirgun plain, Uttama Shloka Lilaya, Grihita Cheta Vajarshe, but, O king, my mind, hearing the Leela of Uttama Shlok, of Krishna, the Supreme Lord, my mind was attracted, my consciousness was attracted to that. Akyanam yad aditavam. Oh, he does say studied, aditavam, or that's how it's translated in the word for word. Then I studied my mind was attracted by hearing that Leela, and then I studied that narration. So he does mention something. I don't know the literal meaning of this word, aditavam, but here it's rendered as studied. So Srila Swami Maharaj has expanded on that. So now we have another verse here, which is a pranam to Shukadeva from Bhagavatam. Swasukha nibrit, and which is along this same theme of being attracted from the Brahman position to Krishna Leela. Swasukha nibrita chetas tad yudastanya bhavo pyajita ruchira lila krishna sarastadiyam vyatanuta kripaya yastatva deepam puranam tamma kila vrijina gnam vyasa sunam natosmi. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Srila Shukadeva Goswami, the son of Vyasadeva and the destroyer of all sinful reactions. Being full in self-realization and bliss, he had no material desire. Still, he was attracted by the transcendental pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and out of compassion for the people, he described the transcendental historical literature called Srimad Bhagavatam. This is compared to the light of the absolute truth. So we've had some examples of how we can say, Brahmavadis, those who are on some impersonal platform, they're attracted to Krishna. Now we've appreciated that. Now Mahaprabhu's going to a higher level and describing how Krishna attracts the Braja Gopis, and those in Madhura Ras, how he attracts them. Shriyangadupe Hare Gopi Kadaman. Lord Krishna attracts the minds of all the gopis with his beautiful transcendental bodily features. And now we have a citation spoken by the Braja Gopis when they arrived near Krishna for the Rasa dance on a full moon night. And this is in Srimad Bhagavatam. Dear Krishna, we have simply... Oh, sorry, I forgot to read the verse. Vikshya lakavritamukam tavakundalashi gandastaladharasudam asitavalokam tatabayam chabuja danda yugam vilokya vaksha shriyaika ramanam chabhavamadasya. Dear Krishna, we have simply surrendered ourselves as your maidservants, for we have seen your beautiful face, decorated with tresses of hair, your earrings falling upon your cheeks, the nectar of your lips, and the beauty of your smile. Indeed, because we have also been embraced by your arms, which give us courage, and seen your chest, which is beautiful and broad, we have surrendered ourselves. Rupa gun shavane rukminyadi akarshan. The queens in Dwarka, headed by Rukmini, are also attracted to Krishna simply by hearing about his transcendental beauty and qualities. And so Rukmini Devi, we can remember, she fell in love with Krishna just by hearing about him, without meeting him, but just by hearing about his wonderful qualities, hearing about his beauty, she was attracted and she fell in love with him. There's such a thing as possible. Just by hearing, somebody can fall in love with someone. So, of course, we can't compare ourselves with Rukmini in any way at all, but still it gives us like some hope there, some entrance, that some attraction can develop in the heart just by hearing about such wonderful things, such wonderful qualities. Something may awaken within our own hearts. So this is from a letter from Rukmini Devi, the letter when she wrote to Krishna asking him to kidnap her. Shrutva gunam bhuvana sundara shinvatam te nirvishyakarna vivarer harato angatapam rupam drisham drishimatam akilarta labam tvaya chutta vishati chittam apatrapam me. O most beautiful Krishna, I have heard about your transcendental qualities from others, and therefore all my bodily miseries are relieved. If someone sees your transcendental beauty, his eyes have attained everything profitable in life. O infallible one, I have become shameless after hearing of your qualities, and I have become attracted to you. O most beautiful Krishna, I've heard about your transcendental qualities from others, and therefore all my bodily miseries are relieved. If someone sees your transcendental beauty, his eyes have attained everything profitable in life. O infallible one, I have become shameless after hearing of your qualities, and I have become attracted to you. Vamshi Gite Hare Krishna Lakshmya dear man. Lord Krishna even attracts the mind of the goddess of fortune simply by vibrating his transcendental flute. And now this is a verse. This verse is often quoted. It's quoted several times in Chaitanya Charitamrita, as I recall. And it's spoken by the wives of the Kaliya serpent. When Krishna is dancing on the hoods of Kaliya, and he's like beating him, but it's also very charming. We can imagine somewhat what a charming Krishna is like doing this beautiful dance on the heads of Kaliya, and so Kaliya, he's a demon, but his wives, they're devotees. And so they have this type of spiritual envy when they see their husband, that Krishna's dancing on his hoods, and they're like, he's getting the foot dust, our husband's getting the foot dust of Krishna, we would like that, he's so fortunate. And so this is one of their expressions. Kasyanubhava deva vidmahe tavangri renus parashadikaraha yadvanchaya shrilalana charatapo vihaya kaman suchiram dhritarata. O Lord, we do not know how the serpent Kaliya attained such an opportunity to be touched by the dust of your lotus feet. For this end, the goddess of fortune performed austerity. This is so cool. I mean, Krishna makes everything look cool. She describes this as this must be a characteristic of the sensual conception of the Absolute must be such that everything can be accommodated. So even things which are normally considered to be undesirable, to be low things, those become attractive in connection with that sensual conception of the Absolute. So even things like lying and stealing and cheating, these things become charming and beautiful and ornamental in connection with Krishna. So this snake demon has poisoned the waters of the Jamuna. He wants to kill Krishna, and Krishna's like having a fight with him. But Krishna's making it look like it just looks so charming and beautiful. Like he's tap dancing on the heads of Kaliya, and then the wives of Kaliya are surrounded. I think they're like praying to Krishna to spare their husband. I think that was how it started, their prayers. That was like one of the their objectives. And so they're like surrounding Krishna, and they're praying to him, and all the residents of Vrindavan, they're there on the bank of the Jamuna, they're praying for Krishna's safety, and all these things are going on. Everything just becomes so beautiful and charming, and this is his divine play. And similarly, whatever we face in our lives, if we can apply, Krishna consciousness to that, then we see how everything has its place. It's part of the dance, it's part of the flow. There's some purpose, there's some beauty, there's some rasa, there's something to be extracted from that. That comment of Achyutananda, when he was left without food for some days, Krishna's dancing, this is Krishna's dance, and Srila Maharaj loved that, and Gurudev loved that, and they quoted it for years. Krishna's dancing, and maybe sometimes I'm getting neglected in one way or another, but it's okay, you know. He's dancing, and he's stepping here and stepping there and trampling here and knocking this over, knocking that over. It's part of his dance. Let him dance freely, you know. It's all part of some, you know, broader picture, broader play in which I'm not the central character. Yogya bhave jagate jata juvatir gan. Krishna attracts not only the minds of the gopis and the goddesses of fortune, but the minds of all the young girls in the three worlds as well. And now we have another quotation from Bhagavatam. Kastriyanga dekala padamrita venu gita samohitarya charitan nachalet trilokyam trilokya sobhagamidam charinixya rupam yad godvija druma mriga pulakanya bibran. Dvija, it's another word for birds. I didn't know that. Dvija, go, the cows, the birds, the trees, the deer. My dear Lord Krishna, so it doesn't say who this is spoken by. Maybe the Braja Gopis. My dear Lord Krishna, where is that woman within the three worlds who would not be captivated by the rhythms of the sweet songs coming from your wonderful flute? Who would not fall down from the path of chastity in this way? Your beauty is the most sublime within the three worlds. Upon seeing your beauty, even cows, birds, animals, and trees in the forest become stunned in jubilation. My dear Lord Krishna, where is that woman within the three worlds who would not be captivated by the rhythms of the sweet songs coming from your wonderful flute? Who would not fall down from the path of chastity in this way? Your beauty is the most sublime within the three worlds. Upon seeing your beauty, even cows, birds, animals, and trees in the forest become stunned in jubilation. And in Prema Dhamma Deva Stotram, there are those very beautiful verses where Srila Sridhar Maharaj is describing how Mahaprabhu, when he's entering the forest of Vrindavan, how everything becomes alive and animated and, you know, attracted to Mahaprabhu. The birds, the bumblebees, the trees are bowing down, the whole environment, everything is animated and attracted in love. We saw that with Srila Gurudev. You know, of course, we can't really imagine on what level he was reciprocating with the environment, but we got some sense of that. Gurudev was always living in this super consciousness of every aspect of the environment, and we got some hint of how there was this reciprocation going on, you know. We're like these blind people, like stumbling along with our tunnel vision, but Gurudev was super conscious and very, very sensitive to everyone, everything, every animal, every plant, you know. And there were many examples of that. One prominent example is when he went to Brazil, to the new ashram, and he described how before he came to the ashram, Bhuvan Mohan Prabhu was his driver, and they stopped at a certain point where Gurudev could see the view of the land and, you know, the forests, and then later Gurudev told the devotees that the whole of the environments, the trees, the plants, they were praying to him for Krishna consciousness, you know. They were waiting for this, you know. They were in this deep want for Krishna consciousness. And then he told the devotees to do kirtan around the land to liberate, the trees. And always very conscious about plant life and animal life. He was reciprocating on a very deep level. Okay, we'll read a few more verses. Guru Tulya Sri Ganer Vatsalya Karshan Dasya Sakyadi Bhave Purushadi Gan. The women of Vrindavan, who are on the level of superior guardians, are attracted to Lord Krishna maternally. The men of Vrindavan are attracted as servants, friends, and fathers. Pakshi Mriga Rikshalata Cheta Chetan Prememata Kodiyakar Shoye Krishna Gum. The qualities of Krishna captivate and attract everything, living and non-living. Even birds, animals, and trees are attracted to Krishna's qualities. Okay, I'm going to read. So we finished. These last few verses we've read, they're illustrating this expression, itam bhuta guno, the wonderful qualities of Krishna. He's so wonderful, he's all attractive. And so now the word Hari, the next verse in this the next word in this Atmarama verse. So we'll just cover this. So Hari. Hari Shabde Nanarta Dui Mukyatam Sarva Mangal Hare Prem Diya Hare Man. Although the word Hari has many different meanings, two of them are foremost. One meaning is that the Lord takes away all inauspicious things from his devotee, because it's the root is the meaning of the word is to steal, so that he can remove everything inauspicious from his devotee, like he can remove that. And the second meaning is that he attracts the mind by ecstatic love for Krishna. So he can steal your ignorance and he can steal your heart, attracting you. There's a very nice, Srila Sridhar Maharshi expresses this very nicely. And how does it go in Prapana Jivanamrita? A very concise, very succinct expression. I can't remember how it goes. But this point, he says it in this very succinct Sanskrit phrase that he will remove your ignorance and he'll steal your heart. This is indicated by the word Hari. Yaiche taiche johi kohi koroye smadan, which is in a nutshell what it's all about. That first purification, removal of anarthas has to take place, and then the positive thing of attraction that can begin to develop proper. Attraction proper. When the devotee somehow or other always remembers the Supreme Personality of Godhead anywhere and everywhere, Lord Hari takes away life's 4 miserable conditions. This is nice. Yaiche taiche. One way or another can always remember Krishna. This is the recommendation. There's another verse, it's included in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, I think. Yena tena prakadena manasa Krishna niveshayat. Same thing. In one way or another, by hook or by crook, always remember Krishna. Whatever it takes, And Krishna is very liberal, He's the epitome of liberal. He's happy if someone in any way or another remembers him or approaches him. Well, whatever it takes, to keep your mind on that, you do it. And now we have a quotation from Bhagavatam spoken by Krishna. Yatagnisu samridyarchi karotyadamsi basmasat tatamad vishaya bhaktir udavai namsi Krishna Shah. As all fuel is burned to ashes by a full-fledged fire, all sinful activities are totally erased when one engages in devotional service to me. So this is mentioned, and we see this in a few places. Service, sacrifice, self-giving compared to a fire that burns all of one's impurities. So the fire of self-sacrifice, as Sridhar Maharaj says, there's a phrase like that in Bhagavad Gita. There's also a phrase like that at the end of Brahma Samhita. By the fire of ordeal, purification will take place. So this same thing is being expressed. In that fire of that spirit of giving, it produces a type of intensity like a fire, and that will burn, that will remove whatever impurities we have. As all fuel is burned to ashes by a full-fledged fire, all sinful activities are totally erased when one engages in devotional service to me. Tobe kore bhakti bada karma vidyanash shavana je fol prema koroye prakash. In this way, when all sinful activities are vanquished by the grace of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one gradually vanquishes all kinds of impediments on the path of devotional service, as well as the ignorance resulting from these impediments. After this, one totally manifests his original love of Godhead through devotional service in 9 different ways: hearing, chanting, and so forth. Nija gune tobe hare dehendriya man, aiche kripalu Krishna aiche targun. When the devotee is freed from all sinful material activities, Krishna attracts his body, mind, and senses to his service. Thus, Krishna is very merciful, and his transcendental qualities are very attractive. Chadi purusharta chadai gune hare sabarman, hari shabde mukya kohilu lakam. When one's mind, senses, and body are attracted to the transcendental qualities of Hari, one gives up the 4 principles of material success. Thus I have explained the chief meanings of the word Hari. And this Chadi Purusharta is referring to what is described as the 4 goals of human life: Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, which everybody knows, ordinary. Piety, wealth, sense pleasure, and moksha, liberation. So when one is attracted to Pancham Purusharta, the 5th and real goal of human life, prema, divine love, then all these other things appear very unattractive. Okay, I think it's a good place to stop for today. Jai Ch.Ch. Jai Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. It's so nice, to like taking a bath, mental bath. Very necessary. Okay, well, whose turn is it to sing? Is it your turn, dear? Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Namaha Jai Madhavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudana. Giridhari Gopinata Madana Mohana. Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra. Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunatha. Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunatha. Ch.Ch Gosai Kori Charana Vandana. Jaha hoite Vignana Shabishta Purana. Ch.Ch Gosai Jar Muitada Dasa. Tansa Bada Pada Denu Moda Panchagrasa. Tadera Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanebasa. Janame Mohe Abhilasha. Ch.Ch Gosai Jabe Braje Koilo Basa. Shri Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Kodila Prakasha. Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavana. Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Majaya Mana. Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Kodiyashan. Hari Nam Sankirtan Kohe Narottama Dasa. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo. Nitai Gaura Hari Bo. Hari Bo Nitai Gaura Hari Bo. Jai 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 Hari Bol.